The President of the United States speaking in the White House briefing room about the fact that these two packages were found on planes, one in East Midlands, England, which contained a toner cartridge with wires and powder. Another was found aboard a plane in Dubai. Both were addressed to various Jewish centers in Chicago, including a synagogue. Bob Orr is standing by in Washington. Bob, as you were saying, it's not clear. I know that they tested negative for explosives initially, these two packages, and then positive, and it's unclear if enough explosive material was in the packages to actually make them detonate. Is that right?
I think that's right, Katie, but it's very frightening to hear the president say they did contain explosive materials. What we don't know is how much, and were they in the proper mixtures that they could have created a detonation. For example, we know that with these two devices, a syringe was found, much like that used in the failed Christmas Day bombing attempt by Umar Farouk Abdul-Muttalib. Well, if a syringe was to be the detonator, it needs someone to press the plunger of the syringe. Also, there were some cell phone components found, so they could be electronically triggered, or this could be a feint. We just don't know. It could be trace explosives designed to scare us, to test the system. We shouldn't make any kind of leaps of conclusion here, but the fact there were any explosives at all there does raise the stakes.
And what can you tell us about this group, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula? This was the group responsible for the Christmas Day bombing, and the president mentioned that intelligence officials knew that they'd been planning some kind of attack within the last year. Is that correct?
It's correct on both counts. We understand that intelligence officials have been watching this particular plot, if you want to call it a plot, for a while now, and got some actionable intelligence in the past 48 hours that these packages could be en route. That's where they were found then in Dubai and in England. But we also know that this is the same group that was able to reach us, albeit unsuccessfully, at Christmas time with Umar Farouk Abdul-Muttalib. It's a frightening group because this is a new al-Qaeda branch that's been reconstituted in the past couple of years. But right at the very tip of the spear there is an American-born cleric, Anwar al-Awlaki. And that name might be familiar because he also was connected to the Fort Hood shooter, connected to the Detroit bomber, and very likely connected to this incident today. So this is a lethal group, Katie.
And the president was saying the president of Yemen was giving his full cooperation in the Yemeni government. How cooperative has Yemen been heretofore, Bob?
Well, our understanding is actually quite cooperative. There have been a number of strikes, joint strikes by both the Yemenis and U.S. military since the Christmas Day attack. I think at least 4 strikes trying to root out some of these terrorist operatives. A number have been killed, and the Yemeni intelligence has also been kept in the loop. But it is problematic because it's not the most stable place in the world. And now you have a number of Yemeni radicals who are being recruited there, and some from Western European countries and some even from this country. So this is an evolving group and potentially very lethal. And
Bob, according to the Department of Homeland Security, it issued a statement saying, as a precaution, DHS has taken a number of steps to enhance security. Some of these security measures will be visible while others will not. What is the rate of security on cargo planes? I know that when Armin Katayan did a piece back in 2006, it said the vast majority of these planes really weren't going through enhanced security searches or anything along those lines. Has that improved in recent years?
Well, we're told it's improved. They don't like to talk about the methods and techniques, but not all planes are absolutely screened with both explosive scanners and X-ray machines. Spot checking, manifest checking is used. But I can tell you this, Katie, I think it's my belief that packages that originated in Yemen and designed to come to the U.S., specifically to Jewish centers in Chicago, I think those packages would have been looked at very, very carefully. Now, is enough being done? Critics will say no, and more needs to be done. And I think this incident today could trigger the U.S. to do more on that front.
All right. Bob Orr in Washington. Bob, as always, thank you so much for your insight and perspective. We will, of course, continue to follow this story and come back on the air with any major developments should they happen. We'll have the very latest on CBSNews.com and, of course, tonight on the CBS Evening News. For now, I'm Katie Couric, CBS News, New York.
For news 24 hours a day, go to CBSNews.com.